Okay, everyone, so this is going to be our Junkertown attack strat. Pirate ship.
Let's up the tempo.
So normally I like everyone to go through this side door, just because like you never know if there's like Junkrat traps here, or like a Hanzo Sonic Arrow, or like a Hog or a Reaper right here, just ready to kill us. So I would say side door first. Whoever's playing Zen, play Lucio at first. Amp it up to get us either, you know, from here to here first, or through here first, to set up the Orisa shield, and then go back and switch to Zen, and then you're playing who you're playing. So for this one, I mean, not a lot to go over. Just make sure we have the double shields set up on the Orisa shield, always in front, Ryan shield in the back. Check it for flakers. Make sure you keep an eye for this room here. Sometimes there's like Reapers or some people that hide in here, and they wait for their team to call out, okay, they're not looking, go. So Reaper will come behind, do his stuff, and he'll wraith away here, and his team might be up here, right? So they'll drop down, and he gets away safely. So just make sure you're paying attention to over here. Always for some sneaky stuff. So again, making sure we get the payload or shield on payload first, and we should be good. Most teams probably holding right here, or I've seen some teams hold with the Bastion right when you turn this corner right there. Either way, as long as we're set up, because we have double shields, I think if they run the Bastion and we're running the Bastion, our shields should hold up more. So again, that's first point all the way. If that works for us the entire map, then let's just stay on the entire map. But if it doesn't work, then we'll make the switches as we need to. Okay, so I'm assuming that'll get us to second point. So second point is where the pirate ship can sometimes fall apart because there's a lot of high ground. So if we make it to second point, right, we get here, and they use like a Junkrat ult on us or something, and we die, we'll probably switch off the pirate ship to something more of a dive comp. So the dive comp, I know we're still kind of learning how to do this, but basically just let the Winston or let the DPS like scout where the team's at. So if the team's like right there, or if they're low ground. So I'm assuming, since this is kind of like CGL, it's kind of like a league, their whole team's going to be either like right there or right here. Right, so they're going to be either right here or like right here somewhere. Sometimes you'll see like the Reinhardt, like the tanks down here, and the DPS up there. That's perfect for us. Right, so let's say we die, we switch, we come out. Winston calls that, okay, they got Ashe or Hanzo or Widow. They got Ashe. They got hit scan, high ground by themselves. So we're gonna call that out. Sometimes there's like a Junkrat right there, so, or Hanzo, you know, so be careful. So Winston, maybe D.Va are gonna be up here. Zen is gonna be on payload, pushing payload by himself most of the time. Lucio too, unless the team. So I want like our D.Va and our DPS possibly to be down here, maybe trying to sneak around. If they're on top, right, I need our team to be sneaking around through this backside right here. So Winston is going to call it out, right? He's going to call where the team's at. Like I said, if they're high ground, I think our best bet is to speed everyone here, and then we all dive the soldier or the Widow or whatever's up there, right? So they got hit scan up top, and that's the call out. So whenever you're in position, we'll count down. All right, we'll dive in 3, 2, 1, or we'll say go. Go is the jump word. All right, so go on go. So 3, 2, 1, go, and then jump here. Get the soldier, the Ana, whoever. Like I said, maybe 1 or 2 kills, and then from there we just kind of put pressure on them from here. If they So again, this should mostly be our tanks and our damage. Should be diving here. I'm gonna have our Zen and Lucio on payload. Zen can speed a Lucio away, so if there's like a Reinhardt or something, the Zen or the Lucio and the Zen can get away safely. So if they're getting pressure after we dive up here, and they're putting pressure on our Zen Lucio, then you know we kind of help out with the Zen Lucio down here, and we'll take care of the tanks next. Well, I would say support's next if there's not a support up here. So if they're playing Ana, she's probably up here regardless, right? So if Anas are usually up here, hit scan, like your McCrees and your soldiers. Sometimes tanks are low, but if they're all up here, okay. Again, so that first scenario is if it's only like hit scan and like Ana or Zen up there, right? So we wait for the signal and we go. It's gonna be kind of similar if the whole team's up there. So let's say there's like a Ryan shield up here, and they have like like a maybe like a Zarya or a Diva, like a McCree and a Junkrat. So again, Winston's gonna be up here calling it out, right? Okay, they're all 6 up top. They're all 6 up top. Keep an eye. Everyone else will be down here. Lucio is actually gonna, if they're all up top, I just want Zen on payload. If they're all up top, just Zen on payload. So Lucio speeds us either up these stairs or right here. So if we're right here, or I'm gonna have Mikey on the junk right here. So we're gonna call it out, right? So 3, 2, 1, go. So our Diva is either coming, our Diva Junkrat are coming from here, or Genji too, or from back here. It's up to whoever, up to the Lucio, up to the Diva, to figure out where we're going. So either way, on go. Always get the healers first, right? So the Ana, Zen, Lucio, whoever's up here, healers got to die first. Preferably DPS second, and then tanks last. Because the tanks usually have the least mobility because they can't escape. I mean, obviously Ryan can charge away, but Zarya can't go very far. Orisa can't go very quickly. But like a soldier can obviously run away. Widowmakers can get away. Genji can get away. So healers first, DPS second, tanks third. Wait for the callouts. Let the Winston call it out. Everyone get in position. When we're ready, we're diving, and we're doing damage here. Even if we get team wiped, and we take out four of them, we're still gonna be pushing payload, right? We're gonna have Zen down here on payload. Hopefully he'll have an orb on the Winston. Maybe he can get a Discord on someone. Let's say there's a Reinhardt right here. He's got a shield up, so he can't get the Discord. But when we dive, the Rhine turns around, starts swinging. Zen gets the Discord on the Rhine, and it helps the whole team out right there. So I'm hopeful that we can kind of pull this off. I know it can seem a little bit tricky with the timing and everything, but I got faith in our team to pull that off. So again, just wait for the Winston to call out where they're at, and then we'll position accordingly. Hopefully get on the flank. And then by that point, the Zen should have, the cart maybe pushed, like, I don't know, like right here somewhere. Maybe right here. So we'll come back, get the cart, and body block this door right here. Well, both these doors right here. We gotta watch out for both sides. So we'll put pressure on the spawn area. Okay, so that's second point attack. Third point, we're gonna try something similar. We're gonna try the dive again. So we're gonna have the Zen on payload. We're gonna have our Zen Lucio on payload. Monkey, Diva, our Junkrat, our Genji. Everyone's gonna be up here. Everyone's gonna be high ground. Just looking for the team, looking for the callouts. If we see like a Widowmaker, if we see someone by themselves, we'll probably dive them first and get the kill, and then kind of go back and we'll see what the team does. Obviously, if we get a pick on 1 DPS, we may let them push back and regroup. Depending on how aggressive we want to be. Again, just listen for the callouts. If someone calls out, let's push here, then let's push. But if we don't call out let's keep pushing them, let's keep pressuring them, then let's just keep pushing payload. Right? Zen, Lucio on payload. Lucio's got one job, to keep the Zen alive with the speed boost in case he gets jumped while the rest of the team's diving. So, Lucio, you're gonna have to be lifesaver here. Again, we're gonna take a high ground to be checking for what their team's doing, right? So we're pushing payload this whole time. They're kind of nervous because they see 4 of us up here. Maybe they don't push as far as they want to push up because obviously Winston can still tickle people from up here. You can still get Reinhardt up here. You can still get the tanks up here. I guess the only thing we need to be careful of is like the Orisa pulls and the hog hooks. That's kind of like a ouch. Yeah, if they got a hog, you know, maybe not peek so much, but just to, you know, stay a little bit safe. We should be able to push the payload. I would say, again, because of the high ground, they're going to be a little hesitant to push up when they know that we're just up there the whole time, just watching them, right? They're not going to want to push up to payload right here when there's 4 of us up there ready to pounce at any time. So, again, they might wait until the payload gets, you know, to like right about here to push us, because they can keep an eye on us and the payload at the same time. That's kind of my thinking there. Again, if they push up here when they know that we're up there, again, we take care of the backline first, the healers, the DPS, and the tanks for last. If they have a Winston D.Va too, if they're trying to run dive on us also, again, the fight's probably going to be up here first. The Winston's up here, the D.Vas are up here, the damage is up here. While our Zen and Lucio are pushing payload, we can drop back if they have that kind of comp. We drop back to payload if we need heals. You know, maybe use the bubble here to heal up for a second, and then we go back here and just redo it again. Okay, so I know that's kind of long, but that's third point attack. Again, if we get kills right here, we spawn, we camp the doors. Camp here. I need someone else camping over here too, until the payload's all the way through. Okay. So that's it for first, second, third point attack. I'm going to show you guys defense in just a second. Okay. So first point defense. I want us to come out of spawn, right? We're going to come out here. Try to be as sneaky as we can, so they don't see our comp. Let's hide up here, right? Until they say, until it's 0, right? So 3, 2, 1. You know, prepare your defenses or whatever it says. So we're gonna start with the double shield at first. We're gonna have the Bastion behind the double shield. So again, I want to put pressure at them right at spawn. I'm assuming they're gonna come out through this front door. So, again, putting pressure with the Bastion, the Orisa, whatever other damage we have. I don't have the thing in front of me, but again, keeping our distance, making sure we keep the distance, keep them off the payload. If they try to run pirate ship, well, they shouldn't be able to run pirate ship if we set up like this, because we're gonna have so much pressure that they can't really set up right. So our pirate ship should trump their our pirate ship should trump theirs, unless they're holding us like this. We'll cover that. We'll cover that next time. So if we defend first and they steal our strat, I'll have some backup plans for you guys. I will. Okay. So everyone's over there. Whole team is right here, except for Lucio. I want Lucio right here, making sure that their team is not flanking us. Right. So Lucio, obviously with the speed, he can, you know, dodge bullets a little bit better than most people. So if they get smart and they go out through this side door, they come around this building and they try to flank us, I need Lucio to speed our team across the bridge here, and we set up here. So if they come through this door right there, then we're repositioned and we're here. If they come around through the back again, or the bottom, again, if they try to come up here, we put pressure on them. They might try to go bottom, or one of these places. Either way, just try to keep the distance. All right. If we need to go back, then we'll go back. Simple. Just whatever the team does, try to react to it and position accordingly. Okay. So reason we're holding so far up is if we lose this first fight, they get to push the payload. I would say they're probably about right here before we can set up our next defense. Right, so they're about right here. Okay, so let's say we all die, get team wiped. Our next holding spot is going to be for Orisa and Bastion, and if we have a Zen too, probably right here. Okay, again, with the Orisa, you always want to keep your distance with her. Her bullets don't have any drop off. She can see the flank routes here, flank routes there. We're gonna have the Reinhardt, and do we have a Lucio? Let me see if we have a Lucio. I don't know if we have a Lucio here. Okay, we do have a Lucio because I just said Lucio. So okay, so Orisa, Mercy, and Bastion up there, and then down here we're gonna have Ryan, Lucio, and Junkrat. So we're gonna have our payload presence right here. Again, we don't want to be pushed up too far here because we want to give Bastion a line of sight, right? So Bastion can't really see until the team is like right about here. So that means for Reinhardt, we don't want to start, contesting payload until about, right about here. So if we're right here, Bastion can still see what we're seeing at the same time. So again, Ryan's here. Again, if we need to, speed boost to safety. Speed boost around, these objects. Maybe speed to the health pack. I don't know. Maybe go around and get a shatter. We'll see. We'll have to communicate that. But again, so we'll have the short range threat here and the long range threat from the Orisa, Bastion, Mercy up there. So again, I feel like that's a pretty solid hold. But we'll get two chances, right? So first chance is up there, second chance is up here, and also sort of right here. And we need to be calling out the flanks too. So if you guys see the flanks and the Reinhardt's right here, watching payload, say Ryan, there's someone Junkrat or Hanzo coming behind you. So maybe Ryan scoots back a little bit, and maybe puts pressure on whoever's flanking. If their whole team flanks, obviously we can see it, right? We'll call it out. Ryan, the whole team's flanking. Maybe the Reinhardt pushes over here behind this car right here. And maybe, again, eventually a little further right here in case they try to... So I guess if I was in their shoes, what I'd be trying to do here is I would try to... If I wanted to do a close range fight, I would speed boost my team through here. And I guess possibly around this way. And then take the fight up here to the Bastion, right? That's what they might do. So if they try that, if they come through here, if they're speeding through here, they're trying to put pressure on us from the high ground. I think at that point, if we call it out, if we see it, I think we reposition the Bastion to maybe right about here. So we have the car for cover, we have the shield for cover. They're on that side now. They're basically, we're switching roles, and we have the angles here. So again, this is going to rely on call-outs and some quick thinking. All right, so if we know they're flanking us, they're trying to bridge the gap, we got to be proactive on it and be one step ahead of them. Okay, so that is first point defense. If we lose that, which I'm hoping we don't, I'm hoping the Bastion strat is a solid first point hold. But if it doesn't, second point, we're gonna try the triple DPS. Again, this I'm assuming they're gonna be running like some kind of like Bastion or Goats. I'm assuming there's only gonna beat us if they have a better Bastion, or if the Bastion gets lucky and maybe wrecks our team, or if they have Goats and they close the gap on us and we're not quick enough to react. So. Second point, if we have time, right, assuming we can get up here, I want us to hold, I guess more like shield like that, so that way in case flankers come up here, they're also blocked. So, again, Orisa shield spamming here, Orisa Zen gonna be up here. Depending on our damage, I kind of want to maybe play around with the Pharah behind the shield too. So if they have a Ryan shield, maybe if they have a Bastion, we have the Pharah Junkrat spamming damage here, putting a lot of pressure on the shield. Again, new shield here. So yeah, basically I want a lot of spam for this part of the map. Maybe I'm maybe thinking of Torbjorn as well, but I'm not sure. So again, Hanzo. I mean, the Hanzo doesn't have to be there necessarily. The Hanzo could be over here because he's got a little bit of escape, right? He could maybe right here with the if they have a Bastion, maybe the Hanzo, put some storm arrows in the Bastion right there, gets a kill. But the Hanzo can also get away too. He's a little bit more mobile than I guess Pharah could too. So maybe we have the Pharah Hanzo. If we have the Pharah, right? Maybe the Pharah Hanzo just both putting damage here. And our Zen Lucio maybe speeding us back here if we needed to. So Lucio speed is very important to the style of play. Okay. That's first point. And okay, so almost under no circumstances should we be dropping to contest the payload, unless we have numbers, right? If they're down like 3, okay, yeah, maybe drop down, finish off the Zarya, the Brig, or finish off whoever's left, right? But when we're running triple DPS, we don't really have like a payload, a way to stop the payload, right? So we're gonna have to get kills from off the payload, and then maybe contest if we need to, right? So if they get past us right here, right? Maybe they have double shield and we can't break through double shield. Then we're gonna reposition to a different spot. Maybe right about here. We'll have speed boost, right? So we're gonna be able to get to these places, but we just gotta call it out. So Lucio speed me to speed. Reposition over here. There we go. And then we're same thing. Obviously keeping our distance at all times. Never want to be on the payload. Never want to be with the Orisa comp. Keeping your distance is the most important thing for the Orisa comp. And I guess, yeah, I think right about here is probably the last point we should be. I mean, we could probably play around with like here, possibly, just in case we're scared of this flanker, this door right here. Which I guess that makes sense, right? So we'll see them coming around, right? We can see them through here when they're coming around. So I think if they try to close that gap, maybe we reposition over here somewhere to take the fight at a different spot. Especially if they're running goats, right? Because if they're running goats, they want the close combat. They want to get the Rhine up close where he can swing the hammer. So again, just make sure you communicate with your Lucio to get you where you need to go. Okay, so that's the second point. Third point, defense. If we have time, again, want to hold here first. Assuming we have our spam comp, like our Junkrat and our Pharah and our Hanzo, no one should be able to get up here unless they have a Diva, right? If they have Diva plus speed boost, maybe we back up a little bit. Maybe we put over here. Either way, just making sure we keep our distance and not taking these fights closer than we need to take them. So if you see him rush, right? I know a lot of people panic, right? They see him rushing and they want to fortify. You know, they want to fight here, but they're gonna die. But if we see him rush, we need to be a little bit smarter, speed boost out of it, and then take the fight over here, or from a different angle, from our ideal range. Again, so I think the next spot is probably right about here. Again, you can't really flank. Actually, can you flank over here? Oh, you can. Oh, shoot. Okay. So we have to be a little careful here. If we're holding here, putting pressure here, watch for the flanks coming up this side. Again, watch for the high ground. And again, worst case scenario, we speed. If the payload's like right under us, if they're pushing payload still, we get the Lucio speed. We try to get as much distance as we can here, and we're contesting from here. All right. Okay, so yeah, this one was a little bit longer than I thought, but I guess a lot of details for Junkertown, a lot of important stuff I want you guys to know. If you guys have any questions about this or any concerns, just message me. We'll see if we can maybe change it or address it. So, okay, that's it.